And welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Fascist USA. Well, we're not fascist yet, but that is our goal. So let's go ahead and get this rolling. I didn't do anything in between videos because there really isn't anything to do. We are playing the waiting game to become fascist and to see what happens in the rest of the world. I have not moved our troops around. I did put them in two armies, and I'm having second thoughts about training Patton's forces, so I'm going to go ahead and stop that. It also increased our infantry equipment deficit drastically. So I think I'll add a couple military factories into the mix. I'll put them ahead of our... Put two up there. Put the other two in the middle of the naval. That'll work. We are at a 4 speed, so we're burning through it. Don't want to put it up to a 5. I already did that once. What is our fascist support at now? 35% and rising. Fascist assault divisions form. Oof. Recruitable population that increases to 0.2%. National unity drops. Daily fascism support rises. What the hell? Oh, no divisions in prison. Field Hospital 1. Let's go after logistics. Airplanes, War Division. And we burnt through all of our dockyards again. Alright, that was the... Italy's... I missed with that. I think the other one was the Hindenburg. But Italy has announced claims on Yugoslav territory. Yugoslavian. We got 15 deficit of chromium now. I don't like that at all. We don't have no new ships. Yeah, we do. We got the light cruiser 2, the Brooklyn class. Let's go ahead and work on the Brooklyn. $13, and we will put it in the first group. That is where the carrier's going. We need to build trucks. Uh-oh. This could be important. Civil war for fascism. Democratic supporters start a civil war. Do I want to trade? I don't want a civil war. So they must unite the people first, then rule them. Not even for the extra political power. Alright, we got enough to alter the government. First, let's decide what we want. Naval doctrine is nice. Escort is nice. I'm probably going to go carrier. Nationalist Spain won the Civil War. And we got our construction. We got our construction too. Let's raise our cap. Modify government. Material designer. Industrial concern. Industrial or electronics? This is always a tough decision. And Germany's got it even rougher because they have an option that does both. I'm gonna go electronics because that does affect everything else. Not enough world tension. Any of that. Amelia Earhart lives. She does not disappear. Let's go fund the Navy. It gives us a doctrine discount. %43% fascist and rising. No divisions in basic training. We're gonna have to trade for chromium. Zog submits to Italy. Chromium. Okay. Yeah, Cuban. What the hell? Alright. Radio. Marco Polo incident. We got radio. And we got synthetic oil. It is 1937. We got synthetic oil. Let's go for the next level of synthetic oil. And what are we gonna do over here? Electronics is locked up till 38. We could choose an air doctrine. We already have the Devastator researched. Are we going to stick with superior firepower? Let's go for interwar artillery. I'm not sure if we're going to stick with superior firepower or go over to mechanized for the same reason that I did with Italy, because there's options that will enable you to increase your recruitable population by 5%. There's two within that doctrine chain. Now the U.S. population is, oh, where is it at? $126 million. So that's 3 times what Italy had. Not sure what the USSR's population is. I think the greatest population country is still China during this era. But that is a decision we don't have to make yet. Oh, excuse me. And we're about ready to finish fund the Navy. And there it is. It's going to bank 10 days while we're thinking about this. I'm going to go after the Marines. I don't want to reaffirm, well, we did reaffirm the Monroe Doctrine, but I don't want to start influencing our neighbors until we become fascist, because I'm hoping the democratic influence becomes a fascist influence, which will make it a lot easier to deal with our neighbors if they're converting to fascism already. But I also don't want to take them on as a full ally either, because of how poorly that has worked for me in the past. I will take puppets. I have no problem with that. And Japan declares war on China. Japan declared war on the People's Republic of China. Poland is seeking Baltic cooperation, so they are starting their own faction, their own alliance. Yes, faction. What I wanted to trying to decide is, what will I name my faction? It's going to be something silly, not something that sounds good. China forms a united front between Mao and Chiang Kai-shek. AI historical is off. I always turn it off. I'd rather deal with the surprise than basically know what is coming. We have logistics. We're going to need our military police early, because we might end up having to deal with occupying our enemies. What's this? Excavation or concentrated industry 2? We'll go concentrated 2. What is our fascist support now? 47%. It's getting closer to the moment of truth. Hopefully we'll be fascist before the end of this episode. That way we can make it more interesting. Democratic Party starts a civil war again. No. Must unite the people. Trying to avoid the civil war. And we gotta expand the Marine Corps. I'm gonna let that sit for, the focuses sit for a few minutes, because I want to go after ship designer. I'm gonna start having to research ships, since those are the most long-term investment. And as usual, I want better ships. What will we go after? Norfolk lowers the production cost and the effects of the ships. Brooklyn increases carrier armor and capital ships. Electronic decreases deck size and firepower, but increases max speed. Italy seeks an extensive military pact. Newport. Norfolk, Newport. Armor minus 15%. Massive range increase on screen and subs. Let's get our research going again. Excavation. This will be electronics, which is close enough to 38 that we should go ahead and start it. $172 days. Let's go ahead and do it. What is that? Minus 3% research time. Almost at 150. Amphibious operations. I'm gonna do it. How did our power drop when we did that? I must have seen 138 and thought we were almost at 150. What's our fascism? Is basically at 50%. 49.9. Here's to hoping we don't have a civil war. I should have... Alright, wait a minute. Let's pause this and read this. Support the hateful movement. No, suppress, not support. I'm seeing things. Don't pay any attention to them. That's what the U.S. government would do. Actually, they might try to suppress. People want it, we'll hold a referendum. Yes, we're going to have a referendum. And we are fascist. William Dudley Pelley is now president. Welcome to the Free American Empire. I guess I'll call this Free American Faction. It makes sense. Let's start working on our ships. Are we willing to lose 15% armor on carriers for the massive increase in range? I think I usually do Brooklyn. It does give a massive boost to carrier armor. And there's no negatives attached to it. But 15% armor loss is not that much for a 25% increase on deck size and 25% increase on range. I'm going to do Newport this time. We're doing something completely different, so we're going to do a completely different type of ship design. Because that will affect all of our ships. Well, welcome to Fascist USA. We have arrived. And we arrived there peacefully with only a 5% loss of unity. Ah, I know what I need to see now. It does increase fascism support in our neighboring countries. Yes. Sadly, we still suffer from the Great Depression. You can't have everything you want. We're definitely going to do our neighbors first. Actually, with world tension the way it is, we're going to be doing something else first. Something that's based on tension. Right here. War propaganda. Because there's so many prerequisites that are based on world tension for us to get down to our research slot. Need 25%, 40%, 75% before we can hit the research slot. Even here, we have to have 80%. Arsenal of democracy. Well, we're no longer a democracy, so take that for what you will. Now, if tension is high enough, which it won't be because it's dropping every month, but once it hits the fan, we'll go ahead and work over there. We're still short on rubber. How's our construction going? We have almost 3 full slots working. Let's start militarizing like any good fascist country should. And of course our Navy will be ultra important. So will our synthetic oil for the rubber. We don't really need the oil, but we do need the rubber. In fact, let's put one of those up to the top. Texas, of course. Let's go back to training our military since we did not lose anyone. Oh hell, Patton's already got his guys trained. MacArthur, train yours. Go maintenance company. Next level will be 39. It's still 38. But since it is 38, let's go and improve our infantry equipment before we go to war. Now, who to attack? I'm thinking Cuba because they have chromium. $160 chromium. And even a little bit of steel. They still got 11 divisions, and that could be a bit of a pain. Hitler takes Austria. And yeah, we're not going to be working with Hitler. Don't care. Don't care. We need to start working on the United States Army Air Corps. Because the Air Force didn't exist. It was a sub-branch of the Army. We do have 200,000 free manpower. 18 combat width. They have artillery. We don't have Marines yet. Wartime propaganda. It's 33%. I guess it was the Auschwitz that did that. We should be able to finish military construction before it drops below 30%. Yeah, it drops a half a percentage point a month. So yes, we'll be able to finish that beforehand, and it will put us a little bit closer down the ladder. Excavation 2. We're nowhere near 39, so let's go ahead and work on a ship. Still got all of our 36 ships. North Carolina class, Wichita class, Sims class. I guess Canada didn't like us going fascist. They're mounting up on our border. Italy declared war on the United Kingdom. Well, that's just going to send the tension through the roof. Actually, it didn't. It jumped up 5%, but that's not very bright, Italy. You're going to leave us the only fascist country left. It is 38. Encryption. I actually want to attack Cuba with Marines. Should be a lot more effective. We almost have our first oil. Synthetic oil. MacArthur still isn't done. Germany declared war on Czechoslovakia. Well, Czechoslovakia joined the Allies. There you go. Europe is at war. Let's take a quick look over here while everything is still going on. What's weird is Yugoslavia made territorial claims on Yugoslavia. I'm sorry, Italy made territorial claims on Yugoslavia. They didn't do anything about it. The question is France and the UK ready or not? Czechoslovakia has capitulated. And we're still down 3 rubber despite military construction. We are at 50% world tension. Let's pause this because we are going to have to be ending this episode. That one requires 25%. That one requires 80%. That requires 40%, but we have to have this one first. I don't want Canada coming after our ass. a Canada and Mexico alliance to make us a democracy again. No, I don't want to deal with that. All right, we're over 30 minutes. My apologies. I'm trying really hard to keep it under 30 minutes. So subscribe if you would. Be sure to like this. If you're enjoying the content, don't worry. It will start getting more livelier. I just need to get past the Great Depression so I can recruit more soldiers. And of course, leave your comments down below. The good, the bad, the ugly, all is appreciated. And of course, since we are all servants of the people, that's what fascism is, right? The people, or something like that. Leave your orders down below, sir, and we will work towards them. Thank you very much, and until I see y'all next time, bye-bye.